I like the smell of the film, sound of the shutter. It slows me down. It allows me to see like the finer details of everything around me. It's called an RB67. It's fully mechanical, no batteries, no electricity at all. Just has really beautiful lenses and makes beautiful photos. Portrait 400 is just the most pleasing film out of the films that I've used. It's not realistic, but it looks realistic. We've been standing around here for like 20 minutes and in these canals, it's hard to find photos because it all looks like a photo. And then usually that doesn't look like the type of photo that I want. So I just sort of like play around, move the camera around. And if I'm not happy with what I'm seeing, I'll like put the camera away and have a look with my eyes. Because you can get tunnel vision if you just look through the camera. If I compare it to digital photography, I don't feel that presence. I feel like I'm sucked into my camera. Sort of takes the joy out of the photos. Like if I take 6 photos of something, then I choose the best one. It's less interesting or important to me than like if I take one. One feels like a job and one feels like some art or like some self-expression. When sometimes you make a composition, you sit there and it takes you so long to like get it perfect, and then all of a sudden the light starts to fade. The moment in between is like beautiful. I find that a lot of the time I'm pretty unfocused, and it allows me a moment of like focus. I feel like I'm doing lots of important work with this camera, but sometimes I think like, do I only feel like it's important because I shot it on film? Sometimes you miss photos. That's always disappointing. For me, photos are like memories, and it is nostalgia. So I want to be like 75 or maybe 83, look at all my photos and just be able to feel where I was and who I was and who I was with through the photos. I want to share like what I found. For example, if there's a commercial job, I feel like with photos, you have to sort of trick. You have to like pretend that everything is really perfect, and perfect in a way that's like visually like clean. I've found a love for this, like the mess and like the chaos of my mind, but also just like the world and like life in general. And there's always more beauty and more like to be thought about when it's something messy. It's when I like get to send some photos to my friend Bo. He gave me this camera. Yeah, that's the guy who gave me the camera. I feel connected to him. It's just being able to say like, hey, look at this that I saw and look at what I've been doing kind of thing. When lots of people see your photos is a rewarding experience as well, because then it feels like lots of people have seen you. I hope that it makes them think about their own lives. I want people to understand that like their lives are important, even the like moments where like you're doing the dishes, or like if you're sitting on your couch and looking at the wall. Like, that's an important thing to do. I just wish that more people were interested in that, I guess. And I hope that I can tell them that it's important.